Well, good morning, good morning. It's been quite a while since I've jumped on to do Thursday morning parking lot wisdom, and I really just wanted to jump on and do something solo, not have a recorded guest episode, and catch everybody up on some of the musings that go through my mind and why I think it's important right now. So, first of all, I want to say congratulations to myself. Here we are in October. I am 11 months into this podcast. And I have to say kudos to me, been consistent, showing up every week, providing what I feel to be a lot of value for you, the listener, even though, and listen to this, even though the statistics on the platform that airs this podcast indicate a drop in listenership. So, again, what is the value in the information? The information is just data, right? It's just data points. I could look at that and say, oh my gosh, my listenership has decreased by whatever the percentage is. Or I could look at it and say, okay, well, maybe it's down by this percentage, but look at the other side of the percent. Look how many people are listening. So it's really a reminder of where do you choose to place your focus? Where do you choose to put the energy? Do you want to look at, oh, the listenership is down because you think it needs to achieve a certain number? Or do you want to look at the flip side to say, well, you know what? If there's one human out there that is hearing the message, that is hearing the value, that is integrating something into their life to make their life better, then it doesn't matter that that other percentage isn't catching the episodes. So this is, again, a reflector, a mirror, a reminder of the things that really are important as each of us chooses to walk home to our heart in our own way. And so what do I mean by this? We are in the month of October. The month of October energetically is a lot about the divine cycle that we all experience and go through in our lifetime. It's called the divine cycle of timing. And one of the things that occurs is as we move through the energies, we come to an energy that is about releasing or creating space in order for something new to come along. And so in order to have that space for new opportunity, for new ideas, for new endeavors, visions, dreams, changes in your life, growth, you may need to clear things out a little bit. And think of it like you've got to weed out the closet, the things you don't wear anymore, that don't fit anymore, that you're not using anymore, that are taking up space but don't really do any good for you. You work through them and you don't, stomp your feet about it. You clear out your closet of what isn't needed any longer, and then with kindness, you donate it or you move it along to the next or whatever the thing may be. And it's the same with our lives. If your desire is to really live your life in the most fulfilling way possible for yourself, and that's different for everybody. I mean, what it is for me, what it is for you, that varies. But in order to do that, the message here or the suggestion and invitation, especially in this particular month of this year, is to really reflect about what is it that I don't really have a need for any longer. And that could be anything from old stories, old patterns, old thoughts and beliefs, ways of behaving, where you choose to place your focus. Or maybe it is as simple as learning how to utilize your focus. Instead of being scatterbrained and overwhelmed and doing all the things, maybe it means sliding a few things off your plate. Maybe it means not overcommitting. Maybe it means learning how to say yes to the things that are important to you and no to the things that are really hogging up space but not offering a true benefit for your own personal transformation, development, and growth. So what do I think is key to this little message this morning? I really feel strongly that the message I choose to share with everybody is absolutely about how do we walk home to our heart. But the second message that comes through that is woven into that first message is how do we understand and integrate the pathway to inner peace? Because at the end of the day, when you really ask somebody, what do you want? What's important to you? What would really be the thing you're striving for? You will hear perhaps different words to describe the thing, but the thing is a feeling. The thing is a place of contentment within the soul. The place that people want to get back to is, I want to have a sense of inner peace. I want to have a sense of lack of chaos. I want to feel less overwhelmed. I want to feel secure and whole in my being. And how we get there to this place of inner peace is to really understand the components of our whole wellness, our whole being, which comes through the 4 platforms or foundations or pillars of our being as a soul having a human experience. And those 4 layers are your physical world, your emotional world, your mental or mind world, and your spiritual faith, or what is beyond us in the 3D world. And when we can really start to have an awareness of how do we interact and play with these different levels, and how do we choose, and that's the big word, free will and choice, how do we choose to have these connections and relationships in these 4 planes, that will impact the outcome of how do you feel about your world, yourself, and how you choose to move through it. So, in the parking lot this morning on a Thursday, those are some of the thoughts that run through my mind. And now in my 60s, I've had a lot of time to really think about, how do I choose to move through the world? How do I learn to set and create personal boundaries that's not about let me run away from things, but allows me to face my own fears, my own perceived limitations, my own structure of how I move through the world, and allows me to show up with love while still holding what is key and important to the creation of my own inner peace, my own level of self-acceptance and self-love, and my own way of walking home to my heart. That will change for each of us. And it is not a smooth road, I'm going to be really honest. It means that when we decide to prioritize our overall whole wellness for ourselves, it may mean cleaning out our personal closet. It may mean a shift in how you move through the world, a shift in connections, a shift in relationships, a shift in how you choose to spend your time. Because truthfully, our human experience is a blip on the screen, and how you choose to spend it is up to each one of us, and it is a choice. No matter how hard the day looks, no matter how difficult the situation is, no matter how tragic we perceive our existence to be, at some level, there is a choice of how do we respond, react, choose to see the situation and move forward through it or not. So there is no right and wrong answer. I'm just sharing my insights. I'm just sharing my perspective. I'm not telling you it's the only perspective. I just feel that it's important to put the information out there for those who choose to listen. And understand you've got this one ride, and how you choose to respond to what goes on in your world is absolutely an individual decision and choice. And for me, I believe that my human experience is here as a treasure hunt for my soul to have an opportunity to express through all of it, the good stuff, the bad stuff, the hurtful stuff, the fun stuff, all of it, because that's what I am here to do and be here to share. And in so doing, there are good days and there are bad days. And there are people who come in and out of one's life, some for a long time, some for a short time. And it's very difficult sometimes to decide how does that interplay into what you want for yourself, for your overall visit while you're here, and what's important to you. So I think that's all the musing I'm going to do today on Thursday Parking Lot Wisdom. And with that, I will let everybody go. If you've got questions, if you've got topics, if you've got feedback, by all means, please respond. I'm available pretty much everywhere. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. You can certainly message me, DM me. Website is www.foxtonenergetics.com. And with that, I wish you all a very, very happy Thursday as we move through the month of October, and make it a good one. Sending you all so much love.